Hello, math fans. All right, so what we are going to work on today is solving more equations, but now the variables are on both sides. So let's just kind of write this out here. Variables on both sides. Okay, it's pretty easy. It's really just like before, except the only difference is now you have to move one of the variables over to the other side. Okay, it's that simple. Okay, because your final step, I'm going to write this out here for all these problems. Your final step is really going to be multiply or divide, depending on what you have. You know, if it's 4x equals something, you divide. If it's 2/3 x equals something, you're going to multiply by its reciprocal. Okay, so let's just start out with a nice little example here. 2x plus 8 equals 4x minus 12. All right, so we're going to follow we're going to get some more complicated ones, but this is just a real basic one. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is, let's start listing up all the steps here. Okay, the first step, so these are all our steps. The first step is you're going to distribute, if possible. Okay, second step is going to be combine like terms. Third step is to add and subtract, and that's to isolate the variable. And the fourth step is going to be multiply and divide to solve. Okay, so this is really what we're going to be working on here a lot now. That's the adding and subtracting to isolate the variable. So we're going to move the variable over to one side and the numbers over to the other side. Okay, that's actually really important. So number 3 is really, you're going to have variables equals numbers. That's pretty key. Pretty key. You know what that is? That is a key. Okay, so let's keep going here. We don't have to distribute. We don't need to combine in like terms. I'm going to add and subtract to isolate. So I'm going to, now, it doesn't really matter what you do if you subtract 2x from both sides or you subtract 4x and move things over. I personally don't like to have negative numbers. It doesn't matter. I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. And then if I'm moving the x's over to this side, I've got to move the numbers to this side. That means I add 12 to both sides. Okay, that cancels. And I get 20 equals 2x. All right, then I divide both sides by 2, and I get x equals 10. Don't write it as 10 equals x. X equals 10. And that's it. Okay, that's not too bad, right? All right, let's try a couple more here. 3 parentheses x minus 4 plus 2x minus 5 equals 4 parentheses x plus 1 minus 2x minus 3. Okay, that looks pretty complicated. It's got a lot of stuff in it, but it's not that bad. Remember, our first step here, math fans, is you're going to distribute. Okay, so let's start out by saying 3x, and don't forget, you distribute to both, because a lot of times people forget that, and that's not a good thing. Okay, so let's distribute. So we get minus 12 plus 2x minus 5 equals 4x, right, plus 4 minus 2x minus 3. Okay, so everything's kind of opened up there. We distributed everything, and then we combine like terms. So 3x plus 2x is 5x. Negative 12 minus 5 is negative 17. And 4x minus 2x is 2x. 4 minus 3 is positive 1. Okay? Now this is just like the old days. guess if you want to call it the old days, right? Just from a few minutes ago, it is just moving things to one side or the other. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to add 17 to both sides. Okay, I probably could have, yeah, actually that's probably pretty good, right? I get 5x equals 2x plus 18. Subtract 2x. And get 3x equals 18. Divide by 3. X equals 6. So that big old mess, x comes out to be 6. Okay, so that's not too bad. All right, so let's do a couple more. Just a little practice here. Hopefully you're trying these problems too. You can even hit pause and try the problems out and then hit play to see if you get the right answer. Not a bad thing to do. All right, so let's try 4 minus parentheses x minus 7 minus 2x minus 3 equals 5x minus 2 parentheses x plus 4 minus 2 minus 2. That looks good. All right, now remember, guys, this guy right here sometimes is confusing with that negative here. Remember, it's like saying -1 times that. Okay, it's not a bad thing to just to kind of remember that, because people sometimes forget that and they just they don't really know what to do with that. So, and then this is a really common mistake. This is really, really bad. People say that's 3. Boo! Boo! Don't do that, okay? You don't say 4 minus 1. You've got to distribute. So it's 4 minus, and then I'm distributing the negative, so it's negative x, and then plus 7. Minus 2x minus 3 equals 5x. Distribute the negative 2 to both those terms, so minus 2x minus 8 minus 2. Okay, not too bad. And then we're going to combine like terms. So we get 4 plus 7 is 11. 11 minus 3 is 8. Negative x minus 2x is minus 3x. And 5x minus 2x is 3x. And negative 8 minus 2 is negative 10. All right, so I'm going to add 3x to both sides because I want that positive value. So I get 8 equals 6x minus 10, and add 10 to both sides. So 6x equals 18, divide by 6, x equals 3. Okay, that's not too bad, right? That's very reasonable. Okay, but just be really careful when you're doing these problems. All the steps, remember, step 1, distribute. Step 2, combine like terms. Step 3, add and subtract to isolate that variable. And step 4 is to divide or multiply to actually solve for the variable. All right, that's it, math fans. You have a great day. Goodbye.